look at us with our new fancy background. We're coming to you from what, like Bermuda?
Yes.
Wearing sweaters and jackets.
It's cold this morning.
it's chilly this morning.
Yeah.
We teleported ourselves. Isn't that cool? I tell you what, Jim Wofford is just amazing and awesome. Welcome to Tapping Into You with TAPNGRL. I'm your host, Colette Liose. I've got Lisa here. In just a minute, we're going to get to her. Very first thing I want to do is thank my sponsors, Nobleville Trophies and Logan Street Signs and Banners. If you can do business with these folks, please send business their way. We love to take care of our sponsors by getting more and more business that way. So thank you. It is through the goodness and generosity of Jim Wofford that we're able to have like these amazing backgrounds, even being here with you today. For some reason, he loves all things technical, and that is not my bailiwick. All right, so going to Lisa, what I would like you to do is tell them who you are, what you do, spend a minute or two just talking about you.
Good. Well, hey, I don't get to do that often, so thank you.
Not with me, anyway.
I get my words in now, guys. So, I am Lisa Stasiak, and I'm so glad to be here. I am a Reiki Master Teacher, and I also am a young living essential oil distributor. So I kind of mix it all up, and if you want to give me a call, 317-750-2445. You can find me even through Colette's. I'm Lisa Johnson Stasiak on Facebook. You can message me. I'm so excited to share all this stuff. So we'll have some fun.
And did you tell them about that you actually, because you're a Reiki master, you can teach people?
Oh, yes, I can teach. So if anybody's interested in learning, get a hold of me, because I'm ready to. I have one other person that's interested, so maybe I can get a group.
She's ready, willing, and able.
Yeah, get together. And you know what? The other thing that I've added is drumming. It's another
You
energy.
love drumming.
I love drumming. I love it, and it's, I know some people think drumming is really loud and obnoxious, but no.
See, I can feel that beat right here already.
Yeah.
I bet I would love it too.
I love it. I
just spent this morning dancing for an hour.
I could drum for you, and you could dance.
Yeah, okay. Well, let me tell you why I was dancing for an hour. Let's just start there. Because I love talking about me. Okay, for 30 years, I've done an hour of exercise. I started walking 30 years ago. I walk about 4 miles a day. Now, some days I do elliptical, some days I do whatever. Well, the World Tapping Summit, which it's pretty much over, okay, and it was awesome and amazing. There were recordings that we listened to that I'm telling you my husband had amazing shifts from, I had amazing shifts from, and it created the ease. See, what I try and help people understand about tapping is when some things start to get budged, okay, that maybe we were afraid to acknowledge, afraid to emote about, afraid, to even go there. That's the PTSD thing. I go back there and that when we create that opening, we, as you know, we all talk about the onion and the layers, right? We allow ourselves to get to those deeper levels. Okay, and so I'm here to tell you I'm more awesome and amazing than I was last time. Okay, and so's Lisa, just so you know, because I don't go anywhere without bringing my peeps. So all you got to do is tap into this energy. All right, so what we're going to talk about today is, and I know that I date the show when I do this, so I just want to let you all know, it doesn't matter when you watch this. I know some people get really hooked on the live thing, okay? Whether you're live or not, the info is just as good. And why do I tell you that? In the beginning of my doing tapping, I swear to you, it felt like I did not get the results with it that I got when I tapped with someone else. Okay. I don't know what that is, and even on video. I mean, just pull up a video and I tap along and I think, why do I get better results there? Yeah. Okay. I think because it gets me out of the way. Because I know a lot of you have trouble trying to figure out the words. Right. I said to somebody today, they were telling me some crappy story, and I said to tap, and they go, "That's so distracting," and I'm like, "Well, so's your crappy story." I didn't say it. I was being nice. All right. So, in talking about our subject in March, it's going to be, what seeds are you planting? Okay. Perfect. Now I was going to go a different place than I've decided I'm going to go. Okay, because we were going to talk more about the seeds that you're planting. The seeds that you're planting are every thought you think and every word you speak. Okay?
Yep.
That's how you create your reality. This is a quantum physics world. We know it's from the inside out. I create my world inside what I expect to see. And just so you know, before I got here today, I knew he was going to do the get to these backgrounds he had been talking about. So listen, the more you tap, the more you uncover the gunk that gets in the way of your intuitiveness.
Clears it out, yeah.
It really does.
Yeah.
And Lisa knows, because, you know, Lisa's been intuitive and in touch with that for a long time. This is kind of new and exciting to me, so I'll show up and go, oh my gosh, I knew, or I felt it, you know.
I will tell you, though, Colette, it doesn't matter how long you've done it, because when it does happen, it's like, oh my gosh, it is just amazing.
It's just so new and exciting. It's like exciting. Me and tapping.
All the time.
Yeah. Been some really cool things going on with me in the tapping, and that is, I think I told you all a while ago that I can actually start to feel where people feel things, or when they've shifted emotion and stuff like that. So that's why I want to tell you, if you've got a tough story in there, or you don't even know, why do I keep doing this thing I'm doing? I don't even understand it. That's when you want to call me, because I'm the guy who can dig down in there, find the garbage, and move stuff you didn't even know was in there. Now, I just want to let you know, it's not just me. Okay, you can find anybody you like their personality to work with. Okay, I just will tell you that I've been doing this for over 10 years. I absolutely adore it. I adore the way we can get people to shift. It's so amazing. But you know, if I'm too much for you, don't worry about that. Find somebody, you know, that you really do connect with, and start to do it with them, okay? The reason there are so many people, teachers of anything, is because this guy likes this guy and this guy likes this guy.
Very true.
Okay, all right. Want to also let you know, if you're in Indiana, okay, March 11th, this Sunday, 2 to 4, I will be in Anderson, Indiana. Let me know by sending me a note on private message, or go into my timeline or something if you want more information, because it's going to be very, very affordable. And I like doing that. I like getting numbers so we can make it real affordable, so that we can get more happy people.
I agree.
Okay, so in talking about what seeds are you planting, oh, let's do this for a second. Love this, love this. There's a magazine, Natural Awakenings, okay? You can even download the digital version of their magazine. Why do I bring this up? Because they have interviewed me several times, which makes them very brilliant.
They're smart people there.
They're smart people. Okay. They know, well, she may not know always what she's talking about, but she's silly, and silly's fun. No, I do know what I'm talking about, just so you know. Yes. Okay? It's okay for you to be wrong if you want. Okay, so you can get these. I know that Kroger carries these now. I know that you can get them in Fresh Time, in Fresh, there's something else, Fresh something. Anyway, usually they're in Fresh Market. They're usually in, what do you call that? Health food stores.
Yeah, that's right.
And I know at Fresh Time, they actually have a stand where you can get the last 3 months. Yeah, which is really cool. And they always have so much great alternative stuff in here. And I know the ladies that are the actual publishers for this in India, and amazing beings. Okay, and so again, you know, you want to support these efforts. You know, the more we support this stuff, the more we get it out there. Right. Okay, because remember, people used to think acupuncture was crazy. Oh, and now, okay, and now we're all doing this crazy wacky tapping thing. Okay, all right, so there's some things I want to tell you that's happened since now and then, and let's talk about the what seeds you're planting stuff first. Okay, all right. Here's how we function. Most of us have heard this idea that when you put a seed in the ground, okay, you don't come back tomorrow and dig it up, right? Right. Okay, like, is it working? Okay, all right. But we do that in thought. In other words, we decide we want X job, or these kind of friends, or, oh, I'd like to have that, and you know that from the do not want, right? Right. Okay? But then somebody crappy comes along and yells at you at the grocery store, and you're like, oh, it doesn't work. Okay. Yeah. It's not that it doesn't work. It's this. Your now is actually your past.
Because it's already.
Well, because that thought was from the past, and all the now is the past thought vibration catching up to you now. Okay. Okay? So what if, and it is, okay, in my now, I can actually create my future, okay, which I always am, okay, by what am I thinking now? So in this now moment, if I'm thinking about the past, okay, or I'm thinking about that person that disrupted my happy, or however you want to put it, okay, then I'm actually pre-paving a future of more of the same.
For that.
Okay?
Yeah, okay.
Because let me tell you something. I was just talking about this on the way in. We are such immediate gratification people. Okay? For example, when we started getting on the internet, right? And you heard that, you know, right? You could go take a shower, come back out, right? You're still connected to AOL, right? It got faster, 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 right?
Right.
How many times are you on your phone and it takes like an extra 10 seconds to load and you're like irritated? Okay? We are immediate gratification people here in the West. I'm just going to tell you, we are. And what that means is this. When you have a better feeling thought 3 times, okay, well, you might need to do it 300 times today.
Right.
All right? You've been working on that programming for a long time, and it's going to take repetition. Now, here's another thing that I've gotten in the last couple weeks, and it's huge. Ready? How many of you have been told you're smart? How many people tell you when you're dealing with an emotional issue, oh, you're smart, you'll figure this out. Okay? Now, I had somebody do that to me, and I felt myself getting so angry.
Yeah.
And I thought, why am I getting so angry? I mean, you know, like, people have been telling me I'm smart my whole life, right? Whether y'all believe it or not. and so I remember sitting there thinking, I'm smart, why can't I figure this out? Right? Well, it's a feeling thing. It's not about smart.
Yeah.
You'd be dumber than hell, okay? Just tell you right now. And when you get into the feeling part of it, you're never off target. Okay,
Trust in that.
Y'all know one of these days, I'm telling you, I'm going to do a show and it's going to be called The Surly Sage, and you're going to get my F-bombs and everything. All right. Okay. So that's one way we talk about the seeds and what we planted. Think about it this way. Do you ever go to a restaurant, place your order, and go, oh, I hope they like me enough to bring me what I asked for?
Oh.
No, you just are pretty much assured it's going to get to you, right? Same thing in thought. That new car, that better job, that better feeling relationship. You've got to be one-minded, not doing what my husband and I call splintergy. Splintergy is, I want a new car. Oh, I don't have the money. Oh, I really love that new car smell. Oh, well, my car smells really funky now. Because it's an inclusion-based universe. So whatever it is that I'm focusing on, okay, that's what I'm including in my focus, which is what I'm going to get.
Right.
Okay? So if because a lot of us will put both ends of the stick in the same sentence. I'm afraid I can't do better health.
Right.
Okay?
Right.
And you think you're focused on better health, and no, you're not, because you're in the feeling state of the fear. Okay? You see? All right, that's why I love to teach law of attraction and tapping. Okay? Because they really go together, hand in hand. It's a beautiful marriage, I'm telling you. All right. Another way I got this, and this came to me yesterday. Have you ever driven by a farm field, okay, and it's full of soybeans, which are just beautiful, aren't they? So lush and green, and it looks perfect and everything else, right? But then you see that thing of corn sticking out, okay? Does the farmer freak out and go try and figure out where that corn came from? No.
Oh, that is just amazing.
I know, I tell you, the stuff comes through me so good, doesn't it?
Yeah, and you know what I have to tell you I was thinking about today was these little birds I saw in a nest in my yard a couple years ago, and we watched them. You know, we saw the eggs, and then one day it was like we heard them chirping. The next day, all of a sudden, they hopped out and they were going around the yard, and then later that evening, they were gone.
Yeah.
So, I mean, like, I learned that they didn't question, am I going to be able to fly?
Yeah.
Am I going to be able to do that? You know, I don't know that I can do this.
Well,
so why? That's where
I'm just blown away, because you're like Miss Chatty Cathy over there.
I
guess we've grown. Yay! See, I love watching people come into their power.
Yeah.
That is so cool, because one of our favorite stories is the year that we had a robin build the nest in that gutter thing up at the top. And when it came to fly, we didn't know this. What they do is they go down to the ground, and then the parents sit up in the tree and call till they to protect them and to get them to start to fly. We watched that whole thing. It was amazing.
I know. I'm thinking, you know what? Why do we?
Yeah, nature's perfect. You don't look at one scrummy leaf on a whatever and go, oh no, the whole tree is ruined. Okay, one crappy thought when you're changing the way you think, okay, is not going to doom your whole thing. All right, but we're used to letting go pretty quick.
Yes,
with respect to Could it really be that easy? I just think better feeling thoughts and I changed my life. And let me tell you what, that defies everything that we've been told.
Yeah.
So when that came to me yesterday, where I thought, you've done that, where you've gone by a field and you see the corn and you know that there was either a seed in there, no big deal. One seed compared to a billion, or how many seeds are in there. One stalk of corn over acres of soybeans. Am I really going to freak out about that?
No.
Okay. Now, the reason I'm giving you these is these are some of the things that we do to shift the mind. Okay? Now, why do I love tapping? Because that is an excellent way to shift the mind. Remember, we go into fight, flight, or freeze. The amygdala fires up. It's meant to create the stress. It's the stress response in the body protecting me. The cortisol goes. The adrenaline goes. I got these things going on so that my body will put blood in my arms and legs. So I can run and get out of Dodge. I have to laugh. I just leaned toward the microphone. Just before we started, they said, turn down the microphone. Colette's here. No, I don't need a microphone. So that whole idea that when we tap, we're actually calming that part of the brain so that blood goes back to the brain. And I will tell you, I see it every time I work with somebody. There is a shift in perception, okay? Because perception is reality. Right. And I'm always trying to be aware. One of the things I've been doing is, and don't put judgment all over this, okay? When somebody makes a choice that I wouldn't make, I just kind of assume that they're having an issue. I say mental issue. Okay? And I do that because it's easier for me to let go of the judgment. Okay, just so you know, we all have mental issues, okay? So it's not like I'm projecting onto them and going, no. I do that so I can release myself from the attachment of their choice and decision. Because here's what I do know. We all get to choose for ourselves, whether you think you do or not. I got into a thing one day with somebody when I said, you have infinite choice. And they were like, no, I don't. I said, yeah, you can always choose. And they go, no, you can't. I go, well, yes, you can. You may not like the choices you see before you because you chose your way to that pigeonhole. Yeah, but you do have infinite choice, okay? And there are a lot of people that will come to me with, relationships they're not sure what to do with, jobs they're not sure what to do with, friends they're not sure what to do with. And I tell them the same thing every time. You are not in a position from where you are to make a move on that. It's time to take care of this so that I'm making a decision for my own growth, happiness, well-being, and all that. And it doesn't mean, I will tell you, it doesn't mean that you're going to blow up the marriage. It doesn't mean you're going to blow up the job. I think I've told you guys before, I have people show up and they're like, oh, so-and-so at work drives me batty. I can't stand them. They're just nasty. And I go, let's get off of them. Let's start working on you. And time after time, the second or third time I see them, I'm like, oh, by the way, how's that person? And they go, oh, they don't even bother me. Okay? And that's an old teacher, I don't know if it was Wallace Wattles or Napoleon Hill or one of those famous peeps, that basically had a person talking about how much they didn't like their job, and basically for the tool or the work each day was, your job today is to find things you like about your job. I couldn't think of anything. Couldn't think of anything. Duh, talk about the forest through the trees. Well, do you get a paycheck?
Yeah.
Do you, do you have medical coverage? You got to get focused on those things and the rest of it will change. Okay. I agree. I also think it's really cute when y'all go, ooh, law of attraction really works. Yes, it does. It works all the time. So even the crappy stuff you got was law of attraction working. Okay. Law of attraction, as we say, is a very fair friend. Okay? In other words, law of attraction is the manager that brings me the match to how I'm feeling. Okay? Now, you may say, oh, that guy did that thing, but no. I'm the one who was a match. Okay? Maybe I have a fear of people being snarky. Maybe I have a fear of somebody railroading me. Okay, things like that. I've been having just such amazing sessions lately. Also, remember, I do this in groups. So if you got 3, 4, 5 people you want to bring in, or we want to get on Skype, we can do this, because when we change you, you change the world. Okay, and this is from somebody who used to be a big cynic. I mean, they'd say 1 vote, and I'm like, 1 vote, 1 schmote. No, seriously. One of my things I used to say all the time, because people were just I had so much issues with people. Well, that's because of me.
Yeah.
See, people scared me. Who's going to run over me? Who's not going to like me? Who's going to go? Okay. So those are some ways about the seeds. So here we were listening to, I was actually sitting there last night. My husband was at a board meeting, and I was sitting there, and I found myself kind of thinking about nothing, and went, oh, I wonder what I was thinking. And then I started playing the I love it when game. Okay? So I'm sitting there, and I'm like, I love it when. Stumped. I was stumped. Okay?
I couldn't think of it.
We all do this because we're just not used to doing it. Okay? It's a muscle. Think of this as a muscle.
Yes.
Okay? So I started thinking about it, and all of a sudden it came to me, and I thought, you know, it was the ease of a whole day. I was like, because I thought about it the other day. I was like, I love it when I get up and I have my me time, and my husband gets up and he's happy and feeling good, and we just have the ease of the day, and we get to do whatever, and we appreciate that with each other. And at the end of it, nothing huge had to happen.
Right.
It was just the ease of the day. And how lucky we are that we love where we live. Everybody knows we call my house Happyville, okay? Like I was even telling a lady I worked with yesterday, like I think of, because I have all these different paint colors, I think of all the walls as like happy emojis and just good energy in there. In fact, she said to me yesterday, she goes, now you know you got some people in here. And I'm like, oh yeah, we got people in here. She goes, because I see orbs, and I like, wow, that's really cool.
Yeah.
And I said, yeah, I know there's peeps in here. So I'm looking at my notes because I really did have this together. I wanted to read you the March opening of the Louise Hay calendar. Okay. I am now, here, let's tap this in. Eyebrow. If you haven't done it before, don't worry. Just tap right here where the eyebrow starts. Either side, doesn't matter. Can't do it wrong, okay? I am now creating a new way of living. You can repeat.
I am now creating a new way of living.
Side of the eye. I know that it's never too late for me.
I know that it's never too late for me.
Under the eye. I'm never too old to dream and have goals.
I'm never too old to dream and have goals.
Under the nose. Dreams and goals keep me young and interested in life.
Dreams and goals keep me young and interested in life.
Chin. This month I play on making the most out of the present.
This month I play on making the most of
out of the present. She said work. I don't like that word, you know. Okay. Collarbone. Living each day to the fullest.
Living each day to the fullest.
Under the eye. Eye. There's my eye. Right here. I really do crack me up. Okay. Life is so good.
Life is so good.
Top of the head. Life is so good.
Life is so good.
Okay, why did we just do that round? I didn't know it was going to unfold this perfectly. Because instead of going and actually tapping out stuff, the seeds we're planting today, we are going to talk a little bit about a morning routine, okay, which doesn't have to be a big deal. Right. Now, I want to talk about some of the things I heard this morning. More and more people are talking about meditation and mindfulness, right? Yep. Okay, I'm going to say this again, okay? And I really want you to hear it. If you do not have a meditation practice yet, okay? And even if you do you know that a couple minutes of tapping before actually will calm your brain so you can stop all the noise, which is all meditation's for anyway, okay? And then you actually get to have a deeper level, because for whatever's all going on with me now is I do hear the stuff in my head, not just me stuff that is information for me. Okay, so another thing I want you to know, I tap with almost everybody about the fear of feeling good. Why? Because we are so used to being in a no man's land of feeling, okay? Along comes Colette getting you feeling good, and then when somebody comes along and does something, or you see something, or you're triggered, okay? It doesn't feel like when you're here and you go like here, okay? Yeah. It feels like, oh man.
It's a big job.
Yeah, and then you're mad at Colette, because now you're emoting. And I'm saying, no. Here's what the tapping does for you. In clearing and allowing yourself to feel better on purpose, okay? That's you taking care of this spaceship you're in. What that means is, by being more aware of how good feeling good feels, that when you start to go off-road, you can actually start to get at it a little sooner than before you're here and you're calling me SOSing, okay? And you're all in a schlumpadinka, okay? Trying to figure out, oh my God, I'm buried in this hole and I'm never going to get out. And where, you know, I'm telling you, and y'all know who've done, any of you who've done that, you know in like 10 minutes I can shift your whole world. Okay, dimmer switch. We think of growth on, off.
Uh-huh.
No, think of the tapping and the changes that you're making as a dimmer switch. Okay? That goes back to that Western medicine. We're so used to immediate gratification that now if the tapping doesn't work right away, I'm like, it doesn't work. No, that's not true. It's going to be a process, okay? Took you a lot of years to get to be the thinker that you are with all the proof of why your crappy thinking is right.
It's just like exercise.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
It's an exercise.
Yeah. You know, I've wondered for years, okay, because I know in a lot of ways I'm kind of a nut job, okay? Why is it that I am so disciplined about the walking and the exercise? It's because I know that I do a lot of passive aggressive. I do a lot of polarity stuff because a lot of the stuff where we grew up, and probably anybody in the 50s, 60s, being more like almost like an alcoholic environment.
Right.
You know, that we go till we blow. Okay, you know, learn to be afraid of anger, all those things. So we suppress those things. Listen to this that I learned. Oh my God, I'm telling you, this is so exciting. Did you know that when you suppress anger, when you suppress those negative emotions, I'm sorry, I got so excited, I was kind of spitting. There is actual a chemical. See, when you understand you're a chemical factory, there is a chemical that comes in that keeps that suppressed. Now, I'm not saying it exactly right, so don't take me to task, okay? But the more you do it, the more that chemical comes along, the more that suppresses that emotion. And that's why when you start tapping, you may go, well, I'm not feeling angry. What's she talking about? Okay. And then later in the day or the next day, you might actually feel ouchy once you've started doing that.
Because of chemicals.
I will tell you that from some of these big things that we've done, my husband and I here lately, he even called me the other day while I was out with a friend. And he's like, okay, is it normal for me to feel this letdown? And I said, it's very normal. It's okay. Just go rest, sit, be in a puddle, be okay.
Right.
Because he's not used to feeling bad. He is pretty good at being positive.
Right.
Okay. And so it can be a little freakish when you're like, okay, why am I feeling like this? Okay, I just realized what socks you're wearing.
Snowflakes.
Sorry, I digress.
In the middle of a show.
Middle of a show. All right, so what's another thing? Okay, so this morning we were talking about gene expression.
Okay.
And those kind of things. This is going to be a really fun informational show in case you haven't learned that yet. All right. You know when you go to the doctor's office and they have you fill out a thing and you're given all the history, you know, like my dad had heart disease, my mom did that. Okay. It's time, people, to start to learn that we all have genes, okay, DNA for these things. The gene expression is actually turned on and off by my beliefs, okay? So imagine a world, okay, I just had the coolest thought this morning. Imagine a world where when you go to the doctor's office and they actually have you fill out that form, not using it as a way to pigeonhole you,
right,
but because tapping in these other modalities are in the medical field, they would say, why don't you go home and clear the fear that you're going to have the heart disease just like your dad from hearing it your whole, I know I just yelled in there. You get what I'm saying? That's an exciting world, okay? I mean, I know I'll be back. So I know I'll be back. She's back. Okay. Sometimes I think I know the things I know because I already did it before. Okay. And what if they use that as a guide to actually help you what to tap out?
Right.
Because a lot of people will say to me, well, yeah, my mom had arthritis, my grandma had arthritis. Now, just so you know, I know of case histories of 80-something-year-olds that have tapped out arthritis. Okay? By the way, I'm not a doctor. I'm not a psychologist. I teach from my own life experience. If you're on meds, if you're doing a protocol, stay with it. Don't be doing something and going, well, that lady told me. No. You must take responsibility for your own emotional well-being. Okay. Now, the other thing that I want to talk to you about for a minute is the rating. Why do we rate with tapping? Okay, because we can get such significant results with the tapping. Things coming down so fast that our left brain doesn't even know how to compute that, okay? But if we rate it, okay, it was funny because when we were working yesterday, I was working with somebody, we were at a 10, and when we re-rated, the person said they were at like a 9, then kind of budged to an 8, and I'm like, no, you went to a 6. And because I can feel where you guys go. And I thought, I said, just give another minute. Because I know that the relaxation response is going to come in, and that you're going to be okay. But part of that is that afraid to feel good thing.
Oh, so true.
Right? How could that happen? I can't possibly have gone to a 6 or a 4 or whatever, right? Yeah. So our brain's arguing with us. So just be aware of that the reason you rate before you tap is actually a really good idea, even when you're doing it with me or by yourself. All you do is take that beginning thing, rate it 0, not at all, 10, yes, it's true. Okay, I love it with kids because they'll be, oh, look at you. Because they'll be, her brain said, yes, I'm taking it all in. Okay, so, I've tapped with the little kids that, they're a 10,000, all those kind of things. It's just fun. You just take whatever anybody gives you, okay?
Right.
All right? Chemical Factory. The recording we were listening to this morning was absolutely amazing. In one tapping session where they measured all kinds of stuff in the body, one tapping session, 72 genes actually changed.
Oh.
That were measurable from that one session.
Okay.
From that one session. Okay. And remember, suppressed anger, I've actually got a chemical in there that keeps it suppressed, and that's all protection. See, when you really understand how your body and mind work, and that them working together is a really good thing, as far as now I kind of know how to drive this spaceship. Okay? It's really awesome a thing. And the other thing is this, and that is neuroplasticity. And neuroplasticity says, I am not in this unchanging brain by the age of 17, that I can actually grow new neurons, I can create new neural pathways of thought thought enough, create neural bundles. I can change that right up to my dying day. Amazing. Okay? So, when you think you're stuck, and I tell anybody I work with, stuck is only a thought. Okay? There is no stuck. I wrote somebody the other day, and I said, when you get in that thought, you got to change something. You change where you're sitting on the couch. Change where you are in the house. Change your earrings. Change your clothes. Change what you're saying. Change the song. Change something.
Smell an oil.
Smell an oil. And I did think of that the other day. I was like, pick up an oil and smell an oil.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Yeah. You got one called change?
I've got acceptance. I got release.
Yeah, see, any of that stuff, you're going to take a whiff and your brain's going to go places, and you're going to be able to release and relax. Okay, another thing I want to tell you about is suffering. Suffering is an option, okay? Even if you were born and raised Catholic like I was. I'm still learning the ways that I have like suffering programmed in, okay? It's going to be a process, and just be okay with it, okay? So, let's do this for like 2 minutes, all right? What I want to do is to plant the seeds in that morning routine. Let's say you get up, you have your coffee, okay? Go sit on the couch and drink your half cup of coffee. Wake up, whatever it is you like to do, okay? Before you meditate or after, whichever feels better to you, you can even tap out yesterday's stress, just 5 minutes. Okay, good. Even though I've got yesterday's stress in here, I love and accept myself, and tap that out. And then when you finish your little meditation, you can come back and it can look like this right here. I have the power to choose my own thoughts.
I have the power to choose my own thoughts.
Side of the eye. I'm feeling confident right now.
I'm feeling confident right now.
Under the eye. I can choose to feel confident.
I can choose to feel confident.
Right here under the nose. I have the power to choose my own thoughts.
I have the power to choose my own thoughts.
Chin. I desire.
I desire.
I will.
I will.
Under the arm. I can.
I can.
Top of the head. These are amazing ways for me to start sentences.
These are amazing ways for me to start sentences.
Okay, so you would do a few rounds of that. Okay, get it? All right. How about this? I expect only the best for me.
I expect only the best for me.
And anybody who's ever gotten an email from me knows that what I write under it is, right here, only the best for me.
Only the best for me.
And that includes you.
And that includes you.
You see how many fun things there are in that?
Yeah.
Only the best for me.
Only the best for me.
And that includes you.
And that includes you.
Only the best for me.
Only the best for me.
And that does include you.
And that does include you.
All of me and all of you.
All of me and all of you.
Okay, take a nice breath. Okay, I like to do these shows so that whether you've are familiar with these concepts or they're new to you, okay, because the way we learn is repetition, that you can hear these things, start to get some ground. Let me tell you this, of course I'm telling you at the end of the show, you can watch any of these shows, any of my lives, and just start tapping. This allows your brain to start taking in that information, okay? Instead of going, oh, I hope I get it. Oh, I didn't hear what she said. Oh,
don't stress about it.
Yeah, no stressing, no stressing. So I want to thank my sponsors again. Logan Street Signs and Banners and Noblesville Trophies. Wonderful Jim Wofford, who lets us be here. It really is my pleasure and my honor. I just love being able to show you this technique and share it with you and teach the things I know so that we can get to a better feeling place. Lisa.
Okay, essential oils, Young Living, Reiki, teaching classes, 317-750-245. Drumming, we can do some
drumming,
stuff.
Yes.
Yep.
Get that thing going on in there.
Yeah.
Remember, if you're around Sunday, send me a note. If you want to come to the tapping class, there's going to be another one in April and another one in June that I'm already aware of, okay? Whether you've tapped or not, come on along. You're going to be amazed at the shifts and changes. I actually have a friend coming Sunday that has been resisting me for about 10 years.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
10 years.
Yeah. And things in her life just, more and more things to where I'm like,
yeah.
What if it works?
Right.
What if it works?
Exciting.
Okay. So remember these guys. Go grab you a copy of Natural Awakenings. If you want to do the digital, I think you go to Natural Awakening Indie.
Okay.
If you Google it, I'm sure you'll be able to find it. I do this one-on-one and I do it in group. It is my honor. Everyone that I get to work with, everyone that hears my voice and that allows me to teach these concepts, I tell you what, I'm just so thrilled to be alive and do this. Okay? So I want to thank all of you. I want to thank Lisa again. I want to thank my husband who always drives me here no matter what. He's wonderful support. I want to thank Jim Wofford again for all that he does. Oh, by the way, you might be meeting my sister someday, the one y'all keep hearing me talk about. She's moving back, okay? And here we go. Until we see you next time, everybody, keep tapping into you.